Hey guys, have you had trouble saving money and you're thinking about how can you break that paycheck to paycheck cycle and see if you can actually save more over the long term? Most frugal tips sound good on paper, but they don't save much on the long run. So in today's video, we're going to talk about 10 frugal tips that actually work and save thousands every single year. And I've used these tips and even researched them so to make sure you can save in the long run. Hey guys, my name is Steve and I run the Frugal Expat website where we try to help people to save more and invest better. So if you like this content, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe. All right, let's get to it because number 5 and number 6 are some of my favorites. And wait till number 9. My wife quotes me on number 9 all the time. All right, let's get to it to our first one. Our first one's going to be automating your savings. Now, this may seem simple at first, but it could be a little bit hard. What we want to do is we want to pay yourself first. That means when your money hits that bank account, we want to automate it to go straight to your savings account. And if you don't have a good savings account, I have a great video up here that will teach you about some of the great rates like SoFi. SoFi gets you about 3.8% on your savings. And if you sign up with my link, you may get $20 to $25. So start saving your money. But first of all, we need to automate it. So that means when you get paid, first of all, some of that money is going to be automated, sent to your savings account so you can be saving money today. And so at the end of the month, you may be left with $0 in your bank account, but in your savings account, you still have money because you saved it on that first day when that paycheck hit your savings account. All right, so let's make sure this. First, sign up for a savings account. 2, automate it. 3, set it and forget it. And at the end of the year, you should have more savings than you really thought of. All right, let's go on to frugal tip number 2. Frugal tip number 2 is going to be buying those generic and store branded items. When you're going to Walmart, you think, all right, should I buy those branded items or should I buy the Walmart items? When I usually go grocery shopping, I always buy the Walmart, the Publix, or even the Kroger items because they're the same things, but they're cheaper. And in the long run, why not buy the cheaper version and you save money that way? It's like going to Costco. Do you buy the most expensive brand or do you go for the Kirk one? The Kirk one makes sense because it's cheaper, right? You know what I'm talking about. I even go to Aldi and the Aldis always have the off-brand items because they want to save you on money. So next time you go shopping, look for some of the great generic or store branded items so you can save a little bit of money. All right, let's go on to frugal tip number 3. Frugal habit number 3 is going to be cooking at home or even doing some meal prep. Going out to eat 3 or 4 times a week is starting to kind of kill your money. So what you need to do is kind of think about what you're going to make for the rest of the week. And what you can do is start meal prepping. On Sunday, you can buy a bunch of different meat. You can start cooking it. You can make your sides. You can put all that stuff together. And then all of a sudden, you have maybe 5 days of lunches or 5 days of dinners. And one of the other great things you could do is buy a crock pot, or a slow cooker. One thing you could do is in the mornings, you can just cut up some meat, put in some carrots, potatoes, onions, and whatever else you want to put in, throw it in the crock pot, go to work, come back, all of a sudden, you have a meal. You don't even have to think about cooking. You don't have to think about washing. You don't even have to think about going out to eat and spending. All of a sudden, you have all your food freshly made and it's ready for you when you get home from work. That makes meal prep simple and easy, and it can start saving you money. When you go to the grocery store, you're thinking, oh, what should I make? But if you have a plan, you bulk buy, and then you create for the whole week, you'll start saving money right today. So start thinking about it, start meal planning, start meal prepping, and even use that crock pot. Let's get on to our next frugal habit. Frugal habit number 4 is cutting out those unused subscriptions. We have the Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Amazon Prime, maybe even HBO Max. We have so many different subscriptions to watch unlimited TV. And do you have unlimited time to watch unlimited TV? Well, if you're retired, probably. But me, as someone that's got work, I've got a little girl to watch after, I've got a wife to take care of, I've got so many things that are on my to-do list. Well, I don't have time to watch endless amounts of TV, so it's time to start cutting out some of those unused subscriptions. Maybe you just watch Netflix. All right, you can get Netflix, and maybe you like Disney Plus, but your sister or brother has Disney Plus, so you can say, hey, look, I'll share my Netflix login, you share your Disney Plus, win-win, we both win. Now you got Netflix and Disney, and you're only paying for one. So that's what you should start doing. Cut out the ones you don't use, find some people that may have the same subscriptions you want to use, and share some logins. You'll save money and be happy and just stick to maybe like half an hour to 1 hour TV a day, and you will also be saving on your time when you could be doing other things in the process, like reading a book. All right, let's get on to number 5, because number 5 is one of my favorites, and then number 6 is a good one that you may notice that I've been doing in all these videos. All right, let's get to it. Number 5 is going to be looking for alternative transportation. That means, cars costs a lot of money. And you may have noticed that with maybe the car loan, maybe the gas, maybe the insurance, maybe the registration, maybe the property taxes, there are so many things that make cars expensive. But what you could be doing is maybe use some alternative transportation. You could be using a bike. You could be using your legs as in walking, or even public transportation. Right now, I only have one car, and not because I've got just one person in my family. I've got 3. I've got my wife and my daughter. My daughter can't drive, but she would love to. She's only 2, so that's besides the point. So right now I walk to the grocery store to go grocery shopping, and sometimes I drive when I come back from the gym. I also walk to church when I need to go and volunteer at the church, or in the morning and my wife wants to sleep in. And I also use public transportation when I need to. The local public transportation is about right around the corner. I could jump on a bus, I could jump on a tram close by, or like I said, I can use a bike. These are some great alternatives, and it saves on gas. It saves on insurance and maintenance, because some of these things cost a lot of money, and you don't want to go down a rabbit hole full of like a money pit that a car can be. I know we love our cars and can get us from point A to point B, but you got to understand, they do cost a lot of money. So if we can figure out a way to save on transportation, we can save some extra money every single year. And that could be just walking to the store. That could be using our bike, like riding about 4, 3, 5 miles. So you can save money by using alternative transportation. All right, let's get on to frugal habit number 6. Frugal habit number 6 is optimizing your fashion. Now, you may have noticed that I wear the same Patagonia hat and the same Nike pullover every single day. It is true. I wear some of the same clothes every day. You know why? Because it makes life simple. I don't really have to pick and choose. My mom got me 3 different Nike pullovers, so I usually wear them alternatively. I like this one the best, but that's just me. I've been wearing this hat because it helps my eyes from the sunlight, and it keeps my skin from getting sunburned. Sometimes you may have noticed that my skin does get a little red, but that's because I forgot to wear sunscreen. But besides that point, I try to keep my fashion simple, because I don't want to go out and spend tons of money every day just to have the newest fashion, a new shirt every time. I keep everything simple. I've got 4 or 5 different t-shirts I wear every single day. I've got 2 pairs of pants that can be alternatively into shorts. And so that keeps my pants and shorts kind of in line. Now I don't really have to buy much pants, don't have to buy much shorts, and it keeps everything a little bit simple, and I'm saving money. I don't buy clothes all the time, so it's just not that big a deal, and I don't have to spend so much money. So think about that. If you're looking to kind of save some money, think about your wardrobe. Think about how you can simplify your wardrobe, or maybe even when there's a sale, buy maybe 2 or 3 of the same shirt, and then you can wear it every single day. That is something that I like to do. All right, and make sure, I say this is one of my favorites, but make sure to stay to number 9, because that is a killer one that I use all the time. All right, let's get on to frugal habit number 7. Frugal habit number 7 is using your cashback and rewards from credit cards. Yeah, I've said it. Credit cards are a way I can save some money. I've got a couple credit cards I use. Some give me 2% back, some give me 3% back. But what I do is I try to make sure I use them to get the highest percentage back on everything. And these rewards can add up over time. I use my Capital One Saver card to get 3% back at the grocery store. Now, that is pretty good. I mean, it's 3% cash back, but I can also use that for travels as well. I've got another one that I use to get 2% back on this. I've got another one that gets me 3% back on dining and travel. And so I use these credit cards to save up on cash back or even rewards. I recently took my family to go on vacation, and some of the points and miles we used to kind of pay for our flights, pay for our hotel rooms, and we came back saving hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Traveling overseas on a plane with your family can be costly. So what I do is I use those credit cards to kind of save on that money. I use a whole bunch of points, transferred them to miles, and then bought airplane tickets. And all of a sudden, we didn't have to worry about flights. I used an anniversary night for one of my hotel credit cards to buy a hotel room. So then I didn't have to pay up for a hotel room. And we even got upgraded to a king suite, which was awesome. So the thing is, use your credit cards for the cash back and rewards and save money every single day on the purchases you're gonna make every day. And if you really want to save big money, stop buying things. Like take a day where you no spend days. That's a great way to save some extra money. All right, let's get on to frugal habit number 8. Frugal habit number 8 is going to be avoid lifestyle inflation. Now, this is not just the inflation on your dollars being spent. This is like, all right, you get a raise, maybe a 2, 3, 5% raise, maybe even $5,000 to $10,000 raise per year. Instead of spending $5,000 to $10,000 on extra things, maybe you continue to save that money. Pretend that you didn't get that raise, but instead put that money into automatic savings. Invest that money. Do something else besides spend that money. This is lifestyle inflation. Lifestyle inflation is looking at the Joneses next door and seeing that, all right, they got a new car. Let's get a new car. All right, their house is bigger. Let's get a new house. All right, they got some cool new clothes. Let's go buy some new clothes. This is called lifestyle inflation. You know, sometimes people think, you know, we got to compare ourselves to other people. No, don't compare yourselves to other people because you guys are different. You guys are looking at trying to save money and be a little bit more frugal, especially if you're watching this video. All right, so that's what you need to do. Avoid lifestyle inflation. Continue to try to make some extra money, but don't spend it. Save it and invest it for the rest. All right, let's get on to one of my favorites that my wife quotes me on all the time. That's frugal habit number 9. Frugal habit number 9 is calling and negotiating on your bills. This is something that my wife is always on to me about because I do it often and I talk about it often. I say, you know, what's the worst they can say is no. So you might as well ask, right? So if you are having an internet issue and like your internet's going up maybe $10, $15, $20, take a look, pick up your phone, call them and see if you can get a better rate. Say, you know, company XYZ is offering me this. Can you guys offer me that as well? That is a way to kind of lower your things. Maybe even cable company. I have done this many times. I have picked up the phone, called tons and tons of companies to try to lower my bill. And you know what happens? A lot of companies will say yes. Some may say no, but if you're not asking, the answer is always no. My wife has said, Steve, you know, you always say the answer is always no if you don't ask. So make sure to keep asking. So that's what we have done. You know, we tried to negotiate our water bill recently and they gave us a credit. Great news, right? So what you got to do is pick up that phone. Don't be afraid. Get your phone out and say, hey, is there a way we can lower this? Because I've been a customer for XYZ time and you want to keep me as a customer. There are some great incentives. Try to do it and make sure to try to your bills lowered. So take some action. Don't be afraid and pick up your phone and make a call today. All right, we are going down to our last one. Now our last one is track your expenses. I know what you're thinking. Maybe you do have a budget, but if you don't, try to track your expenses. That means create a spreadsheet. That means maybe use an app like YNAB or even some of those cool apps that used to be around like Mint. Mint used to be around, but not anymore. There are some other great budgeting apps. But start tracking your expenses every single month. Use your receipts. Maybe use something that automates your credit card expenses to show you where you are spending your money. That way you can cut it out. Let's say you are spending way too much money on going out to eat. Well, now it's the time you can cut that out and maybe go out to eat just once every week. And that will save some money. Maybe you are spending too much time going to get your cool latte at your local coffee shop. It's like $5 or $6. And now you're thinking, maybe if I just made coffee at home, I could save that $5 or $6. You know, I could steam some milk, make it frothy. I can make a cool espresso shot, maybe use an AeroPress that makes a great coffee on the go. Those are some things you could be doing today. So just track your expenses, take a look at seeing what you're spending so much money on, and, you know, save some money. All right, those are 10 great tips, frugal tips that I use, and I think that you could start using today to save thousands of dollars every single year. If you think about you're not saving that much money, I mean, think about this. If you saved $27.40 a day for a whole year, that's $10,000 a year. That's an amazing number. Just a little bit of savings can save you a tons of money a year. So think about what tips you could be using. What are some frugal tips that I did not mention that you use today? Leave them in the comments and I will try to reply to as many as I can and make a video out of it. All right, let me know in the comments what your favorite frugal tip is. All right, and I hope you like this and subscribe, and I'll see you in our next video.